Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Living Life at Life U. I am your host, Dr. Veronica Garcia, and today I am joined by a super cool member and one of our newer super cool members of the Life University community, Miss Terri Carter. Hi, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Such a pleasure and an honor just to be around your vibration and your energy and everything you are, and also the importance of the role that you bring to the university.
Well, thank you so very much. I'm very excited, not just to be here, but to be a member of the Life community. Yes.
So tell the world, what is your role at the university?
Basically, I was hired on as the Chief Human Resources Officer for Life. Mm-hmm. It was a newly created role. I report directly to Dr. Rob Scott, the president. Mm-hmm. And in my role, I'm responsible for not just overseeing the human resources function and department, but, ultimately segueing into a strategic arm to help create a culture where employees feel appreciated and recognized, and to have a talent strategy. Employees are, the most valuable asset of the university. Yes, the students keep us in business, but it is the employees that actually help encourage students and let them know that it's in them. So I kind of view my role as helping the organization or helping the university let employees know that it's in them also.
That's important. That's so
very
important.
Much important, yes.
Because a lot of the times as an employee, we show up to work, we clock in, we clock out, and we go home, we're like, that was a fuzz, but did I make a change? And it isn't until 3-4 quarters later or a year later that you're like, oh, I did make a change. I remember this one student, and that one day that was a fussy day, and how it continues happening, right? It's really beautiful that you're in your role looking to exalt and help and appreciate those people that show up every day.
Yeah, well, I really believe that people should love what they do.
Yeah.
And one of the ways that they love it is to know that they've made a difference.
Yes.
And this is why I'm passionate about my role in working. I've had a history of working in nonprofit and in education, because, working with educators and working with those who support education, it's just so important, because you're building the next leaders in a specific field. And I know, for instance, that I am not capable of being in a classroom, but what I am capable of is helping to build an environment where those who are in the classroom can be successful.
I love that. So tell me, you mentioned that you worked in nonprofit and education. Tell me a little bit about the roles that you've done in the past and how that's propelled you to what you're doing today.
Yeah, well, I started my career actually working in Fortune 100, 500 companies, working for publicly traded companies. And I often say I had a crisis of conscience back in 2015, and I realized that I really was tired of investing time, energy, efforts into organizations that were just solely focused on shareholder equity. And I realized that we needed to pour those resources into nonprofits, the education space, those places and spaces that are making a difference and that are going to make the world a better place, right? And that are leading, educating, creating, right? And so I left corporate America in 2015, and I took the position of as Chief Human Resources Officer for a public school system, a charter school system in California, where I supported 13 middle schools and high schools throughout California. And then I moved back to Georgia in 2017, and I was the Chief Human Resources Officer for a healthcare nonprofit with the mission of supporting individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. So I supported about 750 employees in two states. So for the past 10 years of my career, I've had the honor, the privilege, and pleasure, and I've been extremely blessed with being the head HR and the executive at the table to help scope and help dictate and design people strategy. And so that's kind of where I've been in the last 10 years, really focused on effectiveness of the HR processes in the department and culture building and creating an atmosphere dedicated to talent development and growth, where, like I said, everyone understands that they have a place and space at the organization and that they're able to thrive and grow.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. Why Life University?
It's funny because I really wasn't even looking when I found life. But I have been very familiar with life. When I lived here before, we lived in East Cobb. So it's, you drive down Cobb Parkway and you see life. And so I've always known it was here.
Yes.
But it wasn't until after I did my research and at the time just really myself reconnecting back to wellness, right? Understanding the role of wellness in overall health, and just it just spoke to me, and the message of vitalism and the message of just it's in you, and this SLPs, like it really just spoke to me personally. And, again, using my talents to help the university obtain its goals and reach its goals and reach its students, it just aligned. So that's why life. It just really, I really believe in who we are and what we're doing. And since I'm passionate about that, then it makes me passionate about the people.
That's amazing. I love that. And I love that this was a role, it sounds like it was just catered for you and your experiences and everything in between that you bring to the table. What are some of those goals and strategies that you're already moving this department through in just your short time that you've been here so far?
Well, I mean, it was very clear. It was made very clear to me that there were a lot of areas of opportunity that we needed to fix. And so for the last 90 days, I've really been focused on the tangibles. I'm a firm believer that the basic employer-employee relationship is you do your job, you're paid accurately, you're given all the benefits that you are entitled to. And so for the first 90 days, I've really just been focusing on strengthening, improving, and making sure that we have accurate systems, right? We can't even get to culture building, creating environments of trust, and, if those things are still broken. I mean, How can I stand there and say, hey, we're going to launch some talent development activities and expect anybody to come if the paycheck is still inaccurate? So we've been working really on building solid systems for the first 90 days. And we'll continue to do that through the end of the year. And then hopefully we will start moving into, more leadership development, talent development, and more strategic imperatives as it relates to supporting staff and faculty in 2025. But we've really just been working on fixing the basics first. And I'm very proud of the work we've done in the last 90 days.
Yeah. Absolutely. We are too. We are too. With one of the things is that I love is that you've created and you announced that during our last FSDP, so you've created a space for the staff and the faculty to just touch base. Space. So where is the space located? What is the purpose of the space and what is it called?
Well, it's the Office of Employee Engagement. It's located at 1075. It's right next to campus security, and it shares a space with the ISO clinic. It will be staffed for office hours 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. I have hired 2 human resources managers that will support specific populations. So one will support primarily faculty, one operations and staff. Between the 3 of us, we will always be in the office. So this is a place and space where employees can come by, get their questions answered. I understand that in the previous HR alignment, everyone was at Lucille. Everyone's here. We just filled it with snacks. It's got a snacks in there too. We got a really cool Keurig machine over there, so
we reel them in.
Come by for a cup of coffee, right? But we will be there. And out of this space, I'm hoping to create really innovative people programs, right? Where we'll have book clubs to discuss different topics. We'll bring leaders in. So if you're looking to grow your career with life and move into a management or leadership role, we'll have programs to help, with that development. So, and it'll be a space for listening and, collaboration. And so we haven't decorated it yet, but we're really looking for this to be heart. Of the university, and where people will feel appreciated and we can help pour into them the way they're pouring into students and pouring into their jobs. So that is my vision for this space, and I can't wait for it to come to fruition.
I love that. It's so exciting. It's so it really truly drives that passion for employees. And I've seen it, and I've seen the talk since your presentation at SDP, people just being so excited about it. So thank you for helping us just break down the step, because before we jump, we gotta run. Before we run, we gotta walk. Before we walk, we gotta crawl. And before that, army crawl. Like, you brought it back down to kind of start building that solid foundation.
Yep. And so that's important. That is extremely important. Again, I've been working very closely with Cedric Gaddy, the new CFO. And, we have, since day one, payroll and HR, myself and Cedric have committed to a meeting once a week on Thursdays to talk about payroll. What works, what's not working, how do we fix it? And so we dedicate, he and I dedicate an hour each week to working with our teams. And so very excited about the fact that we have a new payroll system coming. This new system will give employees the opportunity to see their paychecks before they're processed. So if there's any errors, we can catch it. So we've got really cool, innovative technology coming to help solidify those systems. I'm just really excited about where we're going to be. And, when we look back this time next year, I'm hoping to see that we've done significant changes.
Big transformation coming. I love that.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Very excited.
And I'm so excited about the place that we can touch base, not just for the snacks, but also it's so nice to, when we call a company, that it's not an AI voice telling me. So it's nice to also have that space that I can just knock the door and say, hey, I just need some help with this.
Yeah.
Just quick question or long question.
Yeah.
I need some help with this.
Yeah.
So thank you for creating that space, because it is so important to have that home base.
Yeah. And, and I know in the past, if faculty or staff had questions, they would just email the human resources box, right? Well, now you have a dedicated professional. You know who to contact. You can email a person. You can call a person. You can come by and see that person. Yeah. And it just creates this connection between human resources, not just us in the peripheral, messing up people's paychecks or, doing whatever it is we do, but we're actually a part of the community in space. And we're living up to what I think human resources is really designed to be, which is an employee advocate, an agent of change, a business partner, and of course a legal advisor on a platform of customer service. Yeah. And so this space gives us the opportunity to be those things to the community.
It sounds like Human Resources at Life University is truly moving towards that vitalistic side of business.
Correct.
So I love that.
Yeah,
that's
and
so
we're here
exciting.
to support that and to breathe that.
Yes. Yes, I love that. Well, Terri, thank you so much for taking a little bit of your busy schedule to spend with us.
Thank you for having me.
It's been marvelous and amazing.
Thank you.
Yellow looks awesome on you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Well, good luck on the rest of the projects. We hope to see you back maybe in a year or 2 years or so, see the growth of it. And we're so excited to have you here.
I'm excited to be here. Yes. Thank you so very much for your time.
Absolutely. Okay. Have a beautiful rest of your week. Be amazing. And we'll see you guys on the next episode of Living Life at LifeView. Bye.